Hey peeps, Donna here, also known as Schwig. Before I go to bed tonight, I thought I would do a review of the last week, which was week 2 of hashtag Operation Lowest Weight and of DSK, Deeper State Keto. So I had some good days, I had some bad days. It was a roller coaster week. So I don't know if this is what I can expect for the rest of the Deeper State Keto protocol or not. I hope not, because I've just felt so focused in that first week, and I feel like I'm losing it. So I have had 2 really difficult days. The first day was, I think, 3 days ago, where I stayed on plan all day, but come nighttime, I was hungry all day. No, that's not the right word. I wanted to eat all day. Wasn't hungry. Wanted to eat all day. Just like cravings for things, and just I don't. Maybe it was out of boredom. I don't know. But I ate my meals early that day, and then I, in the evening, kind of went to town on my macro muffins. So I had 6 macro muffins in the evening, which put my my carbs over. I think I was at 28 total carbs that day. 28 or 18. I'd have to go back and look. But if you're really curious, you can look it up on MyFitnessPal under Schwig. As a result of my carbs being over, my fat was over, my protein was over, my calories were over by just about 400 calories. So, it was not a good day. The next day, yesterday, I was again back on track. I was focused. Knew what I was doing. And then today, I don't know what happened today, but I lost it again. I don't know why. Maybe it was just being in grocery stores for such a long time, just waiting for prescriptions, that just kind of put me over the edge. I don't know what it was. But I wanted to talk about my weight. I do believe that I've hit my protein threshold, and maybe that's what the problem is. That could be the problem. Like, I know that there's so many different things that factor into everything that I don't know. Okay, so anyways, at the beginning of this week, I started my weight at 209.4 pounds. I went to that was Wednesday. Thursday was 208.9. Friday was 209.2. Saturday 207.9. Sunday 208 even. Monday. I did that wrong. Hey peeps, down here, also known as Schwig. I thought I would come to you before bed and do my week 2 overview, where I've been, where I'm going, that kind of thing. I figured I wasn't gonna get dressed for this. If you guys expect me to go and do my hair, put my makeup on, and get dressed for these videos, I would never ever get them done. Okay, so anyways, I'll talk about my weight was a little bit of a roller coaster. My mental fog was a roller coaster. My cravings, everything was a roller coaster this week. Week 1, I was extremely focused. I knew what I wanted. I knew where I was going. I was going to do it. Week 2, not so much. I started the week out strong, but it went downhill really quickly. I had one day where all I wanted to do was eat. And I fought it right up until almost bedtime. And then I gave in to 6 macro muffins. eating those macro muffins it wasn't just macro muffins. Who am I kidding here? It was also whipped cream and sugar-free syrup. So I still kept everything keto. I just ate too much. So having those macro muffins put my fat over. It was either at 18 or 28 total carbs, I think. I'm not really sure. But my fat was over, my protein was over, and my calories were over. I think my calories were over by over 400. If you want to know the exact stats, you can go check it out on MyFitnessPal. Look me up at under Schwig. Okay, so my weight. I totally believe that I've reached my protein threshold, and I think a couple of the symptoms symptoms, is that the right? It's not the right word. That's not the word I'm looking for. But anyways, a couple of the things that happen when you've reached protein threshold: you get bloated, you get like mental fog, you're tired, and I've had all of that. So, for example, today I ate my dinner, which was not huge, and then I slept for an hour. I haven't had a nap in 2 weeks, like literally no napping in the last 2 weeks, and I felt really great about that. But today it just hit me hard, and not that I didn't have enough sleep last night, because I definitely did. So my weight. I started the week off at 209.4 pounds. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. I started the week off at 209.4 pounds. That was last Wednesday, because my weeks are Wednesday to Wednesday. 209.4. Thursday was 208.9. Friday was 209.2. Saturday was 207.9. So I had a downward, well, it went down, up, down. Sunday, 208. Monday, 210.7. This morning, I don't have it written down, but I think it was 210 even. So that kind of thing, apparently that's what happens when you hit your protein threshold. So I will be starting phase 2 starting tomorrow. So phase 2, how does that change? How does that look for me? Phase 2, it does say, I mentioned to you in another video that I could possibly be in the 100s, according to my paper, the spreadsheets that Deeper State Keto provides for you, by August 24th. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so my fat is going from 107, this week, 177, it's staying the same. But my protein is going to drop. So my protein all last week was 132 grams per day. I try and hit that as close as I possibly can. If I can't get it dead on, I'm plus or minus 1 or 2 on either side of it. So this week, my protein will be at 123 grams protein. My carbs under 10 and under, and my calories are going from 2,166 down to 2,123. So the whole idea of Deeper State Keto is to reduce your macros every week just a little bit. And it's funny that I watched the DSK videos again today just to refresh my memory, And they talk about that and how, you know, your body, you're allowing your body to adjust when you make small changes rather than going from eating, you know, maybe a typical person, 1,800 calories down to 1,000 calories. Your body just goes, what's going on? What's going on? So, so the whole idea is to make small changes where your body can adjust very naturally and work with you instead of work against you. So I was watching a TV program tonight, and Chris Hemsworth was on it, and they were talking about. He was in that movie. It was like Moby Dick. That's not what it was called, but I forget what the name of it was. But anyways, they showed a picture of him where he was extremely skinny. And not very attractive at all, actually. But they asked him how did he lose that weight, and he said he made very small changes on a weekly basis, and got himself from his caloric intake was way up here down to like 500 calories a day, which is where I was at before, but 8,000 calories a day, but my metabolism, I know, was all screwed up from that. So now hopefully I am doing this right. This will be the first program ever that I have done that I feel like is truly the right thing. I don't know. Everything just seems to make sense. It's just up here that I got to work on. I gotta get this working with this. So that's what's going on with my actual numbers. I have had lots of people ask me for the macro muffin recipe. And I don't feel right giving out that recipe myself when it's not my recipe. So it is Keto Connect's recipe. I will put the link below. It is to their Pinterest page, which is Pinterest, yeah, which is the only place I've actually found the recipe that's available to the public. And their recipe does, I believe, 12 muffins. Now, their muffins are probably these great big ones. I make like 30 of these ones. So you can see like the big difference here. And what I like to do, because it's a big recipe, I find it to be a big recipe. 30 of these is a lot. What I like to do is I divide the recipe in half, and then I make 2 different kinds. Now, their recipe just tells you how to make the basic macro muffin, but I mix it up. I put meat and cheese and onions into them. I do blueberries and put in a little bit of sweet drops. I'll use different flavors of protein. So I'll make like chocolate ones with chocolate protein, or coffee flavored ones with like vanilla latte, nectar protein, Quest protein, I forget what it was. Anyways, you get my meaning. You can make peanut butter ones. I've got Quest peanut butter protein that I use to make peanut butter ones, and then I put a dollop of peanut butter in. What I do is I go into my Fitness Pal and I adjust the recipe there so that I get the proper macros, and I can make sure that I'm having the proper macros throughout the day. So that recipe, like I said, will be down below. It is also on my last 2 videos underneath, in the information underneath. But yeah, what do I want to do this coming week? So last week I said I really wanted to work on my meal prep. So I've done that. Planned. I planned each day ahead of time. So the night before I was planning the next day. And I started planning the next day and a half. What I really want to do is start planning more of my week. So tomorrow, I will be preparing a few recipes, maybe a couple, let's say two recipes that should carry me through at least next 5 days for dinners for sure. So what I'm planning on doing is I've got some ground turkey in the freezer that needs to get used up. So I'm just going to do stir fry. So like turkey, I bought a head of cabbage, and I've got a couple of mushrooms in the freezer. And what else do I have? Bought some green onions. I also bought, just a minute. Okay, I also bought these here, Renee's salad dressings. I figured I would put these in with the my stir fries, and they both have 0 carbs, which is awesome. So the Mighty Caesar has 80 calories, 9 grams of fat, 0 carbs, and 0.2 grams of protein. That is for that one. Can you see that? And then for the cucumber and dill, there is, again, and this is for 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon, yeah. 80 calories, 9 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 fiber, 0 sugars, and 0.2 grams of protein again. And that's for the cucumber dill. So there we go. So I thought that was pretty awesome, since it's for me right now, even though I want to try and get my calories right as well. It's definitely about the carbs. I find when it all falls into place, right? If you get the right amount of carbs and the right amount of fat based on the percentages that you're doing, they all equal your calories. So I don't have to count the calories if I'm counting my fat and protein and carbs. So these will be a delicious, I think, ingredient in my stir fry. So one's going to be turkey, and I also bought some chicken thighs, and I have in the freezer moose sausage. So I might do some, like 3 different recipes with this kind of stuff. And it should all be pretty low carb. So that's what my week, I'm hoping for this coming week. And I'm really hoping I get some better mental clarity. Thinking maybe with the drop in the protein that might happen. So I'm really kind of excited to start phase 2. I never actually got to phase 2 the first time I did DSK. I never got to phase 2. So yeah, I'm excited about that, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm not going to be attaching any Insta stories to this one because it's a weekly review, but I do have my goal thing that I will put on next. So if you are new to my channel, hey, and if you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I love each and every one of you, and just, you have no idea how much it warms my heart to know that there are so many people out there who give me the feedback that I need and support and all the rest of that stuff. It just is such an overwhelming, heartwarming feeling. So I guess that's it. Peace out, peeps.